everybody. John here back from Target Tours on another presentation. And I'd like to introduce Filipa from Taste of Lisboa. Hello, Filipa. How are you?
Hello, John. Hello, everyone. Very well, thank you. I'm looking
Excellent.
forward to go for this conversation. Let's go.
Wonderful. Looking forward to presenting Portugal. Philip, I met in last fall when we were in Egypt together at a conference on agricultural tour operators international. So got to find out about Philippa and her business, and was really interested in doing a tour with her. So we are presenting our Portugal tour in October and November. So let's get to it. All right, Philippa. So I'm going to, we'll talk about, this is a picture that we've got here at the first, and this is Lisbon, correct?
Correct. This is Lisbon.
Ah, nice. We were there in October,
Beautiful
so
Lisbon.
in
Yeah.
November, yeah, with a group. So this is kind of a different tour, Philippa. We're doing a kind of immersive cultural culinary tour, taking you to the off the beaten path. So what can you tell us about the first couple of days that we're going to be visiting and seeing?
So basically, overall, what we aim to offer you is a experience, an immersion in the Portuguese culture through food. Not only just eating, not just the gastronomic side, but also meeting the people that produces cheesemakers, farmers, so including liquors makers and so on. So the idea is
Yeah,
not just food in a restaurant, is all the life cycle of food, starting from the people that put the hands on cooking, producing the goods for us, and also the transforming, while you see also the country, the cities, of course, Lisbon definitely, and Óbidos that you see in the image. Óbidos is a medieval town. Lisbon is quite old.
yeah,
Lisbon is the second oldest capital in Europe, even older than Rome as a capital.
wow,
So there's a lot of history as well. So the plan of this trip is to cover history, culture, food, countryside, cities, and people. People are very important. The idea is to be this very personal and very
yeah.
intimate for you to know the Portuguese soul as well.
Yeah, no, we were there in November. We had a group there, kind of coming off a cruise, and we stayed a couple of nights in Lisbon, and very walkable city, very friendly city, and we really, the group really absolutely enjoyed it. They just thought we were in the downtown area, and it was really exciting, good for shopping, restaurants, and yeah, it was very nice. So we are when we're there, so we do some guided walking tours in Lisbon. And again, we visit kind of the farms that make the food. So it's an immersive experience, something really different that you wouldn't get out of a regular tour. So we're leaving Lisbon and we're in Cascais and Sintra. So what are we going to be doing there?
Cascais is they are close by places in Lisbon. Is what 40 minutes. Sintra is 40 minutes distance, 35 minutes, 40 minutes distance from Lisbon, and Cascais is a hill. It's beautiful nature-wide, but also is very well known for the palaces and beautiful palaces and the estates from the 19th century, from the romantic times
Yeah,
of the royal times. So now we are a republic. By the times we were a monarchy, and the kings and the royal families, aristocratic people used to go first to Sintra as their summer destination, and afterwards to Cascais. Cascais now is a city, but started as a fisherman town. While in Sintra, you have the experience of the heritage, the nature, in or at least the countryside nature. In Cascais is very alive with a lot of restaurants, very cheerful in terms of and in October the weather will be very well. We hope, we believe. Usually
yeah,
October is a very good time to come. The days are still long and the weather is very warm, so you can also appreciate the beach time and all the activities of Cascais as a summer destination. In
yeah,
Cascais, the program is for you to visit something quite interesting. Is a project is one of the highlights of Cascais. Is a product of a urban mushrooms farm or mushrooms
Yeah.
urban farm, but very much based on the circular economy. So they work together. This young man with this small urban mushrooms farm, he works together with the major coffee brewer company we have in Portugal. They take the coffee waste and then
Yeah.
they grow mushrooms. You'll see this experience. It's fantastic, and also we have a tasting there. It's
Oh,
quite
wow.
interesting. Also, the food market in Cascais is amazing. The kind of a
Yeah.
farmers market is very interesting, very alive. Definitely will be a great day.
Yeah. Excellent. So you're going to see a lot. And I think we're close to a spot called Boca del Inferno. Inferno?
Boca do Inferno, that you could translate
Yes.
for the
Yeah.
hell's mouth,
Yes.
is one specific place in Cascais where it's like a long cliff cave where
Yeah.
you can see the waves that beats that part. So it's quite impressive in terms of the
Yeah.
sound and the nature there.
Yeah.
Yes, we also stopped there. We have a pit stop there for you to see how nature can be
Excellent.
also very powerful in the ocean.
And is that considered the most westerly point in Europe
Boca do
or
Inferno,
close?
no, that's
Okay.
another cape.
Okay.
But
Perfect.
of course, we also can stop between. So we'll start morning in Sintra, in
Yeah.
this hill, and
Perfect.
then we head to Cascais, that is in near the river. And in the way to Cascais, we may stop in the west, the Cape, where is
Perfect.
the most western point in Europe.
Excellent. And from there, now we're going more into countryside, farmland, and in this area. What can you pronounce this for me? I don't want to butcher it.
Okay, so Riba
Yep.
Tejo, Riba,
Ribet Tejo.
yeah, well done.
Perfect.
For you
Excellent.
to know what the word means, because also will make sense with the other region we will visit afterwards. Tejo, the second part of the word Tejo, is the Portuguese word for Tagus, for the Tagus
Okay.
River. So
Nice.
riba means above. So the
Okay.
river, Tagus River, starts in Spain, in Toledo, and reaches the ocean here in Lisbon. So it's like a line crossing the country in this part. Every land above the river is called, the region is called Riba Tejo.
Okay.
And the one below the river is called Além Tejo, beyond the river, beyond Tagus
Okay.
River. That's for you to know. So it's super easy.
Excellent.
Riba Tejo. Okay. Um, in this day, well, will be more than one day.
Yeah.
We will visit several interesting projects. We will start with one very interesting that they are is really is a startup, but they started um, doing using technology to develop food or feeding based on worms and insects. So people say that the
Okay.
insects is the future of
Yeah.
the human, including human
Food
food,
consumption.
and they are
Yeah.
starting doing that very much at this stage, not for human consumption because it's not
Okay.
allowed in Portugal yet. In some European countries it is, but not in Portugal. But they are using this for animal feeding, and it's quite interesting project. Also, again, is circular economy. Circular economy. They use the bugs and the insects based on some waste, food waste, to
Okay.
produce and create these things. It's super interesting. It's really this mixed with high technology. So
Yeah.
it's not just a simple thing. And afterwards, on the opposite, we will have we'll visit, and we have lunch there in a very it is a cheesemaker.
Yes.
Is also one of the members of the slow food movement, and he makes an amazing artisanal goat cheese. Besides
Okay.
that, he's also a wine producer and it's one of a kind man. So I think you will love him. He's very passionate. Besides being a great cheese maker, is this the chefs, the Portuguese chefs, they love to work with him and have his cheeses and do the dishes in the restaurant. So we will organize the visit to the cheese factory,
Yeah,
and also we'll have lunch in the old wineries. Now it's not a winery any longer, but is the venue, the building that used to be a winery. We will organize a lunch for you. So everything very much authentic. You couldn't ask
excellent.
for more authentic people and
Yeah.
authentic places to visit.
And I think that's what people are looking for a lot of times is they've perhaps seen the all the iconic attractions and now they're looking for something different. And I think this is right up that alley and gives them a choice to get immersed in the local culture. So very important. We also get to visit a cork factory. So a lot of people here know about cork, but they don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, on the way from the cheese maker, artisanal cheese maker place town. We will see on the way some of the so cork is extracted from oak trees, a specific oak tree.
Yeah,
So we will pass in a part where we can see some of these trees on the way, some
excellent.
forest of cork oak trees. And then we go and we'll visit one of the factories. There you will learn. So basically, the cork is just the bark of the tree. We extract that, we need to cook it, and then we process. Can be for cork stoppers, can be for other uses.
Yeah,
And you will learn that all of that things in the factory, how is the process done, and the uses we do with cork in Portugal that goes much beyond cork stoppers.
wonderful. And finishing up, this is something I'll be looking forward to, the winemaking masterclass. So we actually get to
Definitely.
make wine?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You
wow.
will become experts in winemaking. You will
Nice.
be given several several wines made of a single grape,
Yeah,
and then you will have some background information about these will be Portuguese wines and Portuguese grapes and made of Portuguese grapes. And we'll have a briefing about what are the the skill, the flavors of this grape, and then you define your own blend. So
excellent.
you will develop your own wine that you can take home with you.
Wonderful. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
All right, now we're into Alentejo.
Alentejo. Do you remember
Alentejo.
what Alentejo means?
Yes. So the Tejo is the river.
Uh-huh.
Allen is below or above?
Below or beyond? Beyond. I
Below,
would say
beyond.
beyond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
beyond. Okay.
Yeah, but below the river. Yeah. Yeah, from here, again, we go all the places I tried to choose were places that are very they're not such industrial places that
Yeah,
they do this in an industrial level. They are, kind of small places people do with a lot of knowledge. Of course, they know what they are doing, but they also put a lot of passion in what they do. So in Alentejo, we'll start with a visit to a chocolate factory. We don't have cocoa beans in Portugal. We don't grow cocoa beans in Portugal. So they import from different places
yeah,
and from the equator line, from Africa to South America. You learn about that. But there in the factory, they are the producers of the chocolates. So the result will be
perfect.
that. So you will have a visit to the chocolate factory and also, of course, a tasting.
Yeah,
Um, from there, we go to visit the biggest organic and regenerative farming estate we have in Portugal.
nice.
They have been doing they started in the 80s, I think, and it's a huge property. It's 400 hectares. You need to help me converting that for acres. Uh, I think
It's big.
hectare
It's
is
big.
bigger. It's double. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure, but it's really,
yeah,
really big. And it's quite interesting. Also, these days we talk a lot about regenerate. Well, you need to help me with this word.
regenerative.
Regenerative. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah,
Regenerative farming. It's quite important when we see the soils are becoming less nutrition and everything. So they are doing this kind of work there. It's quite interesting. And the idea is to do a guided visit. Depending on the day and also on the size of your group, we can walk or we can go on a truck in a tractor. We will
Yeah,
see because it's a big estate. And then we'll have dinner, a typical farms style dinner.
nice.
Okay.
Nice. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Guided tour of, forgot the cooking class. We get to try your cooking skills.
Yeah, but before the cooking class, I also would like to talk about a place that I love. Is a small gin that
Yeah,
is a Portuguese gin. So yes, we also
yeah,
produce gin in Portugal, but it's
nice.
quite artisanal. So you see everything there. You see they still do it in a very artisanal way. You see they're macerating. If it's the fruits, or the flowers, or the flavors, and all the process, the distillery and everything is quite an interesting area. And from there, yeah, then you will cook your own dinner. I'm putting you working a lot.
Oh, I looking
uh,
forward to it.
Cooking, you'll cook your own dinner in a cooking class in Alentejo, in Évora. And the idea is for you to learn how to cook Portuguese food, but especially a Portuguese meal, Portuguese dinner, and specifically from this region of Portugal. This region of Portugal has a very specific cuisine. It's very healthy kind of cuisine, and I think you will love it.
Awesome. Yeah. Like I said, it gets you immersed into that area and being able to work for your dinner, cook it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
looking forward to
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And again, we have another family-run wine producer that we get to see, Fishing Village and Evora. What can you tell us? Evora, I've heard about this place before. What's so popular about Evora?
So Evora, we say in Portuguese Évora.
Evora.
Yeah, yeah, Portuguese can be a bit complicated because depending if it has an accent or not. But anyway,
Yeah.
we say Évora in Portuguese, but Évora is also well pronounced in English. Um, Évora is one of the ancient towns we have in Portugal. The image you have there is a Roman temple by the time of the Romans here in Iberia Peninsula. And it is really, for you to have an idea, is a unique UNESCO Évora, the town
Yeah.
is a UNESCO World Heritage. So it's really, really important. You will see highlights here. You will have a guided visit, so traditional cultural, because it's very rich in history and
Yeah.
culture, this area. So we'll have a guided visit to the Diana temples, that's that temple you see in the photo. But also, for instance, it's very unique, a chapel that is made of bones. So
Oh,
you go
really?
inside, yeah, a bit creepy, but it's amazing when you go inside. You're like, oh, come on. So it's really, really interesting. It's another highlight of this area. Évora is also one of our university cities these days.
Okay.
So we will visit university. This is not a new university. It's a university, I don't know, back in the 19th century. So you will visit the university building is also very beautiful and so
Yeah.
on. So and then you have some free time just to walk around the town because it's really, really nice and pleasant.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the free time that we give is just as exciting, and that way you can kind of go see what you want. And if you want to do some shopping or just stroll the streets, it's exciting. We're back into Lisbon. So and again, this is an exciting city. I was really taken with Lisbon back in November, and it's just like I said, very walkable, all kinds of very safe. Um, so we come back, and what is an electric tuk tuk?
Do you know that you have this image of the Thailand tuk-tuks, tuk-tuks?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
think about that, but in Lisbon, okay? They will be
Okay.
electric
Yeah.
for, I would say, environment stuff, but also in Portugal they need to be. And we will have a sightseeing that goes from the historic old town. Lisbon belonging to Portugal is from the 12th century, so you see we have a
Yeah.
lot of heritage here. And the idea is to take you to, in English you say Belém, in Portuguese we say Belém.
Okay.
So to Belém, where we have the monuments of the Discover's Age. The big monastery, the tower, and we'll be taken uh, through the riverside to this area as well. That is in one of the edges of the city, and then returning. Then you have free time. If you prefer to stay in Belém, you can stay. You have it's not walkable from, well, it is at the end of the day, it is, but it will be walking will be like, I don't know, 45 minutes, 1 hour to the city center. You
Yeah,
can, if you want,
yeah,
but also you have a lot of public transportations from a train, trams, and so on if you wish, or you can be taken back to the city, the historic city center, and do whatever you feel, shopping, walking
yeah,
around, sitting on terrace and enjoying a good drink on a
yeah.
good terrace. We have a lot of terraces in Lisbon. And that's it. And then we'll end the dinner the day with a farewell dinner in a very specific kind of restaurants we have in Lisbon that they organize live fado shows, live fado
Okay,
performances. Fado is our national song.
okay,
Um, we could say music, but I would say it's more a song. We have musicians there, but it's a song. It's also recognized as cultural heritage by UNESCO because it really represents very well the Portuguese soul.
nice.
Fado is our, I would say, it's our blues. So it started as a street song
Okay,
in Lisbon. You'll visit the first day in Lisbon before the returning. You will visit the neighborhood where Fado was born in the 19th century,
perfect.
and then evolved. And everyone nowadays is a everyone's Fado song, very much dear to our hearts and really representative of the Portuguese
Yeah.
soul and heart.
So we're going to get a good overview of the Portuguese people and their entertainment and culture. So and food. So it's something that you're going to see it all in a very short
Yeah.
time. So we have included in our package. So the flavors of Portugal highlights. So of course we have our flights from Atlantic Canada. We've got 8 nights hotel. And we never even talked about those, but they're good quality hotels, at least 4 star. 5 lunches, 5 dinners, including that Fado performance, all gratuities. So we've included all gratuities for you. So really, when you leave, the only things that you have to kind of think about is maybe a few lunches and a few dinners in the local area. But it's all included. So once you get on your trip, then we've taken care of things for you. So you'll have a Target Tours host, but you'll also have somebody from Filipa's company that will be leading us around as well. So, anyways, it's an exciting tour. We're looking forward to it. If you are in the agricultural community, this is a perfect tour for you because you're going to get to visit other places that will seem a lot familiar with you, and you can ask questions and maybe take some of those best practices back home. So, Philip, weather-wise, are we in that 20-degree range at the end of October, early November?
Well, in the last years, we do the climate warming. Or I would say that these days, in late November, late October, we are really enjoying 22 to 25
Yep,
degrees.
yep,
So it's quite warming by the time, and you can pack some t-shirts and
yeah,
maybe some jersey or so, but you don't need to come with a lot of clothes, I
yeah.
think.
And it's just be aware that you can just dress in layers and bring a sweater, bring a good
Yeah.
rain jacket, windbreaker, just in case. But yeah, just kind of be prepared. It could be perhaps similar maybe to what we have in Canada, maybe a little bit warmer. So that's it. Anything else that you want to add before we end our presentation?
No, I'm really looking forward to welcome all of you. I think this
Yeah,
will be very representative of the Portuguese culture. Like you were saying, John, we have visits to several farms. Some are really agribusiness things. They are bigger than just not only just a passionate
yeah,
farmer doing something. So yes, in terms of agricultural networking and interest and share best practices, there's also opportunity to have these talks. People in Portugal tend to be
great.
very open to discuss and to show that we are very proud of the things we do. So we'll be very open also to share and show you the best we
Excellent.
have and the things we love very much.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Filipa. I really appreciate you going through this tour with us, and we look forward to welcoming some Canadians over in Portugal in October. Thank you very much. You have a great
Thank
day.
you. My
All
pleasure.
right.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.